Across the modern world, the digital revolution is shaping how faith is taught, practiced, and shared. Religion has moved beyond traditional institutions and into the fast moving spaces of social media, apps, online classrooms, and global live streams. A new digital religious public has emerged, vibrant, vocal, and deeply connected. From the Middle East to Africa, Malaysia, Indonesia, and right here in Europe, migrant communities are embracing digital tools to strengthen religious education. But to understand this shift, we must revisit the role mosques once played. The mosque was not merely a place of prayer, it was the beating heart of Muslim civilization, a center of worship, meditation, scholarship, political dialogue, and community life. It was the school, the university, the parliament, and the community hall, all under one roof. Unfortunately, in the Western world, that legacy has faded. Muslim diaspora today is fragmented, divided into sects, linguistic groups, and cultural clusters. According to the Muslim Council of Britain, 66% of Muslims in the UK are of Asian origin, with Pakistanis forming the largest group. But the community has changed dramatically. Roughly half of Muslims in the UK are now UK born second and third generation British Muslims. Their identity, language, and lived experiences are profoundly different from their parents and grandparents. This means that nearly 50% of British born Muslims form a single cultural community, English speaking, British educated, and shaped by British society. They need a different approach to Islamic education and upbringing. Yet, our religious institutions have not kept pace. Sectarian conflicts persist. The older generation still control most affairs, and this educated approach has driven many young Muslims away from Islamic values and, in some cases, towards criminal activity. Many imams arrive from South Asia without fluency in English, without understanding British culture, and without the skills to address the challenges faced by British born Muslim youth. And once they secure citizenship, many move on to other careers, leaving behind a vacuum in consistent, culturally aware religious guidance. As of mid 2026, Muslims account for 18.2% of the prison population in England and Wales, despite representing only 6.5% of the general population. Out of roughly 87,000 inmates, more than 15,500 identify as Muslims. Individuals of Pakistani heritage face a 39% custody rate, significantly higher than the 31% rate of Indian heritage individuals. In major urban centers like London, Muslims make up over 27% of the inmate population. These figures are not driven by religion, but by deeply structured realities. Now, why the numbers are so high? British Pakistanis and Bangladeshis face some of the highest poverty and unemployment rates in the country. Growing up in underfunded inner city neighborhoods limits access to good education, stable employment, and social mobility. Without clear career pathways, many young men become vulnerable to the financial temptations of local drug networks and organized street crime. Young Asian and black men are more likely to be arrested, remanded, tried in crown courts, and given longer custodial sentences compared to white individuals accused of identical offenses. In many British Muslim communities, a common narrative has emerged, a belief that first and second generation parents neglected their children by focusing heavily on Pakistan. People say parents spent their time and money building houses back home, engaging in village politics, and maintaining cultural ties, while their children grew up isolated on rough UK council estates. The real issue was a profound cultural and generational gap. Traditional parents focused on preserving heritage struggled to understand the pressures their children faced on modern British streets. structural racism, peer pressure, gang grooming, and identity conflict. Leading research, including studies from the London School of Economics, warns against framing this crisis as bad parenting. The bigger story is decades of austerity, defunded youth services, poor social housing, and labor market discrimination. And these structural failures shaped outcomes far more than household cultural dynamics alone.